In this video, let's take a look at my vast guitar collection, all 8 of them. Okay, it's not the biggest collection, but at least the video won't be an hour long, so there's that. Let's kick it off in order of acquisition with this, my 2018 Road Worn 50 Strat. Made in Mexico, cost me around $700. I bought it new, and it's got a 7¼ inch radius fretboard with jumbo frets, true to the 50s.
Nice.
Not for everyone though, as it feels quite different to play. It's been my go-to Strat for a few years, and there's just something about it that's really great. I've modded it a little with a synthetic bone nut, which I cut myself, and it's got Porter vintage custom pickups in it, which are really super clean, and they sound fantastic. And I've also swapped the pickguard and knobs for StewMac relict ones. To be honest, they were a little bit over relict, and pretty badly done actually, so I wouldn't recommend them. But I did have them, so I fiddled with them and got them to where I like them. It's an amazing guitar, and I love it. This is a keeper. In 2018 I also bought this Ibanez AC340 acoustic. I still highly recommend it. It's my go-to acoustic as it's got a V-shaped neck profile like my 50s Road Worn Strat and a really nice low action. It's so incredibly easy to play. The sound from it's incredible, and I think it might partly be down to the larger sound hole there. Not sure. It's slightly bigger than normal. A couple of mods on this one, the LR Baggs Element system.
Nice.
Which I installed myself, and I also removed the pickguard, just a personal preference. All my guitars, by the way, have separate videos if you want to check those out on my channel. In 2019, I bought this Sonic Blue 60s Classic Player Strat, made in Mexico. I bought it because I like the look of it, to be honest, and I saw that Mick Taylor from That Pedal Show had a 60s Sonic Blue Strat. It's not the same as this, as his is the American-made one, and it's got a 7¼ inch radius neck. No mods on this guitar, although it does have 69 custom shop pickups in it, which do sound superb. The only thing about the guitar that I don't like is the weight. It's around 8.5 pounds, and I've been toying with the idea of selling it recently, but I just don't know. It's a 2011, absolutely unmarked, 9.5 inch radius and a poly finish on the neck too, which I'm not a big fan of. I prefer a more unfinished or satin neck, like my 50s Strat. I built this thin-line Telecaster from a kit that I bought from the Fretwire.com, my first build. I really enjoyed it, and to be honest, this thing plays amazingly well. No real mods other than just the black pickguard and black knobs on it.
Great.
It's got unknown humbuckers, which sound really good to be honest. It's got a fairly chunky neck, which is normal for this type of guitar, a 12-inch fingerboard radius and a really nice low action. It also sounds great unplugged. I love this thing and I use it a lot. Then I built another guitar, this LP style guitar. It's more like a Les Paul Junior as the body is smaller than a Gibson. I reached out to the Fretwire.com because I built the thin line telly and asked them if they'd like to send me another one to build, and they said yeah, no problem. So I chose this sported maple wood. I wanted to do something different, so that's why all the hardware on it is white.
Nice.
It has got Epiphone humbuckers on it, which a friend of mine who follows the channel, hi Brad, sent over because he wasn't using them. And they do sound great and they really suit this guitar. I also recommend building or modding a guitar to learn more about it. Cremona M25E. I got this in exchange for doing some editing and video stuff for Cremona. It's a great guitar made from solid wood and everything about it is just quality, from the 18:1 ratio open back tuners to the fretwork and the tusk nut and saddle, and it's handmade by European luthiers in Bulgaria, and it's got the LR Baggs Element preamp in it. It's a great guitar and it plays really well, and you also get a nice hard case with it. This one cost me $80 on an online auction, shopgoodwill.com, and there was just something about it that caught my eye. It's a 2008 Squier bullet strap with a 9.5-inch radius fretboard, and it's also my most modded guitar, and also my best playing guitar, surprisingly enough. Plays like a dream.
Yowza.
I reached out to a few companies for the mods, and I've got 3 separate videos on my channel dedicated to this guitar. It's got vintage Fender tuners, synthetic bone nut, Lola Strat special pickups, which sound amazing, and an Obsidian vintage wire kit, which consists of CTS pots, an Oak Grigsby switch, Switchcraft output jack, a treble bleed, and a tone control connected to the bridge pickup. And the Obsidian wire kit also allows you to swap out pickups easily, as it's a push grip system, so no soldering. I love this guitar, and it's got some really high-end mods on it.
Thank you.
guitar, an Ibanez AS73G. The G stands for gold, but of course I like to really mod guitars, so now the G is a C, as I swapped out all the gold for chrome. I'm not a big gold hardware fan. It's got classic elite humbuckers in it, and in typical Ibanez fashion, well in my experience anyway, the action is absurdly low, too low for me, so I had to raise it a bit. I reckon the action out the box is around 0.5 mil, incredible if you like that sort of thing. It plays really well too, really nice neck on it, satin finish. It is in fact black, but it looks like a really dark blue. It sounds great unplugged too. Another amazing guitar, which my wife bought me as an anniversary present. You made it to the end. Cheers. Hope you got some enjoyment out of this video and enjoyed seeing my humble guitar collection, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Cheers.